Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. It's Chris here, and I'm actually coming on today with something a wee bit different, a wee bit new. So, you all know that my big thing is like the kind of practicalities of reading tarot cards. I'm a reader at heart. I love to kind of talk about reading the cards. I love to actually read the cards. Usually my lives end up in a place where we're throwing some cards down for people. So what I wanted to actually do is come on today with, something that's kind of geared towards that, and that is spreads. I wanted to put together a wee bit of a series about tarot spreads, spreads that I use, that I find useful. And it's basically like the idea is to walk you through certain spreads to let you see, how I use them and what situations would I use them. And yeah, obviously like kind of what all of the position meanings mean and stuff. So that's a bit of an intro. I use the word series very, very lightly because the intention is to put together a bit of a playlist for this, for these kind of spread videos that I'm going to do. But yeah, so I suppose that's my intention with it. And that's the first bit of what I wanted to say in this video. What I then wanted to come on to was, I suppose, like the first and the most basic spread, if you even want to call it that, and that is of course the single card pool. Single card pools are, in my view, underrated. They're really useful, and useful for like insights, for all the kind of usual divinatory insights that we might use the cards for, but also just for things like getting to know a new deck. If it's like a new system that you're really not familiar with, if it maybe has correspondences, that you're not familiar with, doing single card pools every day is an amazing way to get to know the deck, and just kind of bond and increase, slowly but surely build up that knowledge base, and build up your understanding, so that when it does come to like doing 3, 6, 10 card spreads, you've got that familiarity with it. You've built up that relationship with it. Okay. So I've got a deck here. I've got the Everyday Enchantment in my hands here. Something that I do every single day is I pull a single card. I pull a card of the day. That's my kind of daily tarot routine. I'll pull a card just to represent the kind of energy of the day, or maybe something that I need to be thinking about that day. I've purposefully not done that yet today, so this is going to be my card pull of the day that we see here. So let's see, what do I need to be thinking about today then? Oh, I've got the Fool. What an amazing card to start a new... Again, I don't really want to use the word series, but if we're going to use that word, what an amazing card to start on, the Fool. So yeah, it's that kind of starting something new. Just don't be clouded by outside perception and stuff like that. Try and shed that, that brainwashing isn't the right word, but that kind of conditioning that we get just from the kind of outside influences. Try and forget all of that and just really throw yourself in. Like, embrace that beginner mindset, embrace that thirst for like kind of novelty and just a new outlook, and just go for it, That's what the Fool says to me. There's other ways that we can use one card spreads. One thing that I've been doing lately is, alongside my my daily pool, I just say that you can use it to get to know a new deck. And this isn't a tarot deck, so maybe I'm cheating a wee bit here. This is actually the Runes for Modern Day Life. No, Runes for Modern Life, I beg your pardon. And this is basically a card deck that has a card, an illustrated card for each rune. So what I've been doing, this was a really kind gift from the amazing Kristen in our community, Kristen Louise Tarot. What I've been doing since I got this is, alongside my daily pull, I'll pull a rune card. And it's good because it gets me familiar with the cards, it gets me familiar with the runes, which by the way I know nothing about. The only kind of previous knowledge that I've really got is Shane and Elle were doing an amazing series on, you know, like building up a grimoire, and the runes was part of that. So yeah, that's really my only, you know, my only previous knowledge base. So it lets me familiarise myself with these. I find it particularly useful doing it alongside my daily tarot pull, because it doesn't just make me think, all right, okay, well that rune means that thing, you know, like it's one thing equals another. I bounce the, you know, you can bounce the tarot meanings off the tarot card off of the rune card. You can, you know, it makes you really kind of explore the meaning of the card. And you know, when you're kind of looking at how it reacts with something else. So let's see, what is my daily rune card? My daily rune card is this, is, I'm going to say Ehwaz. So like I say, completely unfamiliar, so I'm going to have to look this up in the book. Hopefully I'll be able to find it quickly enough. Oh, there we go, look at that. So we get this lovely full page illustration and then a great description. So the meaning here is horse or travel. Ehwaz, I think it's supposed to be pronounced. So travel or a change of residence, as well as loyalty, trust and teamwork are the dominant themes for this rune card, which is associated with the horse, a sacred animal in many cultures. Just as the bond between rider and horse is based on faith, love and trust, this rune card reminds you of the importance of these qualities for the key relationships in your life. The card could also apply to a work situation or project in your life that requires discipline, trust and teamwork if there is to be any forward movement. If you want success, you need to dedicate yourself wholeheartedly. There is no half measures, or there are no half measures. Finally, the relationship on which this card could be turning the spotlight on, Finally, the relationship on which this card could be turning the spotlight is the one you have with yourself. Do you trust yourself? Do you have absolute faith in yourself? If you don't, this card is urging you to focus your energy less on others and more on believing in yourself and building up your self-confidence. So again, it's nice to come up alongside the Fool, because the Fool is all about kind of starting this new journey, you know. Quite often when we start a new journey, self-confidence can be lacking, you know. It can be quite difficult to have confidence in yourself when you're breaking out into something that you've completely no familiarity with. But, and if we just look at the depiction here, we see this as abseiling, is that what they're doing? And they are, you know, they're really kind of, it's a relationship that's depending on each other, you know. This chap here really needs to learn to kind of depend on, you know, and trust in the relationship that he has with this person in order to let them help them and, you know, further their goals and whatnot. So it's about that kind of trusting, and it can be trusting in yourself as much as trusting in someone else. It's that relationship of trust. Okay, so that is what I wanted to say about one card pulls, really. Very quick video, so that was the intention. These aren't meant to be big long videos. They, you know, for the most part they should be short and snappy. Maybe when we start looking at kind of bigger spreads, they'll take a wee bit longer. But for the most part, my intention is to keep them quite short, quite snappy, and that way you can, you know, if you're just looking for a spread and you want to quickly jump in and see, right, okay, well, what is that spread for, then, you know, it shouldn't be a big long ass video that you need to sit through in order to see. You should be able to just grab the information that you want. That's the intention anyway. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I've really enjoyed doing this. I hope that you enjoy the video. Leave me a wee comment and let me know what you think. If there's anything particular that you want to see, I do have an idea of the kind of spreads that I'm going to talk about during this mini-series. I do intend to keep it to spreads that I'm familiar with and that I use, because I want to give you kind of genuine knowledge from my own experience. But yeah, if you've got any ideas or anything, then please let me know. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and take care, everyone.